interview, I think the interview went well with my point of view, except on one part. He asked me about Data Cloud if I have experience on it, and
Hmm.
I didn't, but I answered in a good way, I think. So let me share my screen. I put all the questions down.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, so you got all the questions that he asked you.
Yeah, I record on my phone and then I listen and put them in there on the
Oh,
file
good.
so I can share. Yeah. So these are questions. There are 14 questions. And
Hmm.
I asked him three questions. Like, do you have questions for me? Oh, by the way, Lou, the hyper
Hmm.
compliance. Oh my God. When I said it, he was shaking his head like agreeing. He
Oh,
was
when he
impressed.
said what? HIPAA?
Yeah, HIPAA
Yeah, yeah.
compliance. He was impressed.
Nice. You see? Good.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I was like, ooh, Lou saved the day. Anyway,
Cheater.
Hmm.
I know Jermaine.
The guy,
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, so he asked me about like to tell him about myself. So
Hmm.
I pretty much told him about myself, what I did at FXsoft, and then including all the um MJHS.
Hmm.
And then he asked me with FXsoft, because I told him FXsoft is a consulting company. So he
Yep.
asked with FXsoft is a consulting. Oh, anyways, the English will be looking like whatever because I was just listening really quickly and just type what I was hearing.
Hmm.
So, with FXsoft, it is a consulting role. Okay, so he asked if the role that I was working was it just a consulting role and not an in-house with FXsoft. So if I was an in-house Salesforce admin with FXsoft or
Hmm.
just a consultant. So I told him I don't know if that's how I was supposed to say, but I told him I wasn't an in-house with FXsoft directly, but FXsoft assigned me clients to work with. That's what I told
Hmm. Well, yeah, but you should really say that you're in-house with Effectsoft, right? Because they're paying you,
him.
right? Mm. Because they're paying you, you're technically working for Effectsoft, right? And then you get assigned to a client. Effectsoft then assigns you to a client.
Oh,
Now, now, Jermaine, how did you do it with your company with TSA?
No, it was a Metric 5 hired me.
Yeah,
So
they
they
paid you,
they
correct?
paid me,
And
yes.
they put you on a W-2, correct?
Yes.
And they give you benefits and all that.
Yes.
Okay, so that would be the way you would do it, Happy. But I mean, that's fine. What you told me isn't wrong,
yeah.
right? But it's still better for future when you have more interviews,
Mm-hmm.
right? You work directly for Effectsoft. You're a W-2 employee of Effectsoft, right? You get paid by them and you get benefits from Effectsoft.
So does this mean that I still do admin works in FXsoft?
You could, you could be working on the Effectsoft Salesforce, and you could be like whenever Effectsoft hires someone new, you could add new users, things like that. Nothing stops you from working for the Effectsoft Salesforce org. You understand what I'm saying?
Ah, okay. Now
Hmm.
I get the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, anyways.
Hmm.
So, and then he followed up with the question. Uh, he asked me, but I was an in-house with MJHS.
Hmm.
I said yes, and he asked me which one do I prefer, in-house or being a consultant.
Hmm.
I told him I prefer being an in-house because at the end of the day, I am working as a Salesforce admin and I am doing like Salesforce stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And then he asked me, let's talk about the team you're working with. Who is on your team alongside with you and what are your where are your responsibility? So I told him there is me, a Salesforce admin, the business
Hmm.
analyst. And also I also told there are my the manager.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
What
what I
kind of manager is that?
the manager who is supervising all different works that we are doing on Salesforce wise, like my manager who's supervising everything.
Okay. That person's normally called the Salesforce tech lead.
Oh, Salesforce tech lead. Oh my God, I didn't know
Right.
that.
But you could have a manager, but that manager is normally called a project manager. And
Project manager. Okay.
yeah, but that project, because you're a consultant, the project manager will be in the clients, right? And he leads the project, and you would just be one of the resources that he's putting towards the product that you're building out.
Hmm.
But that's fine. Did he say anything about it?
Oh no, he didn't say anything about it. He was just writing things down. But I
Mhm.
alongside saying the manager, I said the manager was part like overseeing like different projects, tracking to see how things are going and
Hmm.
adding more additional business requirements if needed to add
Hmm.
more on different projects or processes. That's what I told him.
All right, good, good.
Yeah. And then he asked, how is your time spent between support requests or between support and implementations? Do you work
Hmm.
more in supporting and solving issues or building new features? So I wasn't really prepared about this, but I kind of remembered. I think I got asked like I don't know if I was practicing with Jeffrey. Oh no,
Hmm.
it was one of the question I got asked after applying online. And
Mm.
this company person reached back to me. I was like, they found my application, and to move forward with your application, can you answer these following question? And they asked this kind of question: how do I spend my time? And I kind of
Hmm.
feel like we didn't give them the right answer they wanted. So I kind of
Mm.
forgot about that. But this is what I told the person who was interviewing me that I spend my time solving different issues across the org, supporting users when they have any issue. Maybe the user got locked out from the sales org, or they need a certain object or a field. So I'm supporting that, and also I'm also working on different projects and do different deployments. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, so that's how I spend most of my time.
Okay, good, good. You could tell them though that you did more implementation because you're a consultant working for a new, firms,
Mhm.
right? And those firms are hiring you as a consultant for a reason, right?
Ah,
Because they don't have the expertise that you have. You see what I mean?
yeah.
And because you have the expertise, you would help them build out their org more.
Oh, so I should have said what I did more was implementation.
Right, because you're being hired as a consultant, you
Ah,
know.
and if they
Like,
ask me, oh,
mhm.
sorry, go on.
Yeah, like normally if I have a Salesforce org where I'm having people work on the org, I'm going to hire a consultant because they have more technical expertise, to do things that I can't do. You see what I mean? And those things that I can't do is generally going to be implementation. But if the org is built out and it's ready, I'm not really going to do implementation. I don't need to hire a consultant. You see, so you hire a consultant when you need more experienced people. You
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. I kind of answered uh the question by recalling back their requirements that they're looking for someone who will do more of support in the org as well as implementation.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay,
think
that's
I
good
did.
too. You could
Yeah.
be helping out with the tickets, because they didn't have enough people to work tickets. So
Yeah.
that's good too.
Yeah. And another question, okay, he asked, oh, I think this is number 6. with FXoff, can you tell me about one of the recent deployment you have worked on? If you can walk me through the end to end of the project from when the request came, collecting the business requirements to complete it, completion.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I told him. I was like, the client I was working on, he had over 150 inventory record. He wanted to move them in the Salesforce. So what I
Mm-hmm.
did, I met with the stakeholder, with that client, and I had a meeting with the person, and then I learned more about what he's looking for and if there's more things, additional things he wants me to work on during this implementation. And he gave me the data with on Excel. So what I did, I cleaned up the Excel sheet, the Excel file, and then I transformed the file into a CSV file. And then I used data loader to upload them on the data on the sandbox.
Mm-hmm.
Then I mapped all the field and tested out if if all the data were working perfectly, and that if I deploy them into production, uh no record will be broken. So that's what I did. And then after everything was working perfectly, I used change state to deploy them from sandbox to production.
Okay. Now, I just want to make sure we're understanding this. So, so, so this, you're saying that you created a CSV file to upload into the database, correct?
The data loader. Oh yeah.
Data.
Yeah,
Okay.
using data loader.
Did he say anything about that?
Oh no, he didn't say anything.
Okay. Okay.
Was it
Was this
wrong?
a, well, was this a technical person?
He's a business analyst, and
Mm-hmm.
he said one of the question I asked him, what will be I mean the to tell me more about the next step after this interview. He told me it will be on the technical side. So I will meet the Salesforce business analyst in the company, and I think two more people
Okay.
who, yeah, that will be a
I
more
see.
technical one. Yeah.
Okay. So this was not necessarily a technical interview.
Yeah. It was just a regular interview to get to know more about my experience.
I see. I see. That's good in this case. Jermaine,
Oh,
do you know what the problem was with what she said?
Sorry, I had just got distracted for a minute. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, I know she just said that. I just heard that she just said that it was a business analyst person, and they were just asking, like, it wasn't
No,
quite
right. But in this case, she's asking about a number six, which is with Effectsoft, can you tell me about one of the recent deployments you have worked on, right? And walk him through the end
in
to
the
end,
project, right?
right? But with the way she answered it, it was basically more of a CSV file to be uploaded.
Oh,
oh my God, I know I get it.
You see the problem,
yeah.
and you don't use chain sets to do an upload like that. That's
Wait,
that's
you don't use change state to deploy from sandbox to production?
you do, but not
To
data.
do it. No, thank you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, you can't do it that way.
Also, how was I supposed to do on that case?
No, if you're saying you're uploading data, you're using CSV to data loader or CSV to import wizard. You use change sets to migrate from sandbox to production.
Yeah, remember, didn't I give you guys the exercises to take you whatever you did in
Yes.
Sandbox for the production?
Hmm.
Do you remember doing that, Happy?
Yes, she did it because matter of fact, she even had issues, and so did Nigel. They had issues, with a file or something like that.
Yeah. Do you remember doing that,
Yeah,
Happy?
but I remember using inbound change set and outbound change state?
Yes, but did you do anything with data?
No.
No, you don't see that deployment. That's called a deployment, what you did, and you don't deploy data. Data is an import situation where you're importing data
Or exporting, right, but
or
not
exporting. Yeah,
Oh my
right.
God.
Yeah.
yeah. What he's asking really is, how's your development environment? You've been get, they want you to do something. You did some analysis for it. You decide, I'm going to build this in Sandbox. You build it in Sandbox like the way I asked you to do it, right? And then once it gets approved, through some kind of QA, right? Then you go ahead and you create your chain set to deploy it to production, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Exactly the way that I was getting you guys to do it, because I know you need to learn that so that you could talk about things like that in the interviews.
Well, it looks like I have to.
You gotta go back over that video.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Right. So that's how you would answer that one, really. But you can't really mix up importing with deployment,
Here's
which is
hoping
what
he
it sounds like.
here's hoping that he knew what you was trying to say and will just let it go, you
Oh
know.
my
Yeah.
God. I hope
But look, so far you was doing just fine. So,
Hmm.
don't let it trip you up, but it's
Well,
just
he
learning for the future.
and he didn't interrupt you, right?
no, he didn't at all. I'm not even making me feel bad because I did I put my all on
Hmm.
this and I was like really confident. I was like talking about it. Like I was like just there like selling myself. I'm like, I am the great admin ever. You should hire me.
See,
But
you took on my mentality. There you go.
anyways, I'm gonna have to learn more about that.
But no,
Yeah.
look, so far you're doing just fine.
Yep.
But yeah, okay. So how
But
did you?
in the more technical interviews,
Yeah, you got to be sharper.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. When they say deployment, they don't mean importing data. They mean actual deploying, objects and fields and all that, and apps and whatever, is exactly the same way I told you to import it into production.
Right. So that's where you use the chain set.
Hmm.
Uh,
Right.
hmm.
So let me see. Okay, so that's six. How did you do with seven? Do you work?
Oh yeah, so number seven, he asked, "Do you work at all with?" Oh my God, this was the follow-up. Just like, "Do you work
Mhm.
at all with building out a new objects or record types of flow other than deployment?" I told him, "Yeah, I have builded different custom objects to support the sales circle. I built custom objects, a record type, page layouts, even validation rules."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay. So you
Yeah.
told them all about that,
Yeah.
you know. It's a little bit of a confusion. Is this exactly the way from your recording, that's exactly the way he asked it?
Yeah, this is like I'm taking like everything here.
Okay. Yeah, because it's a why, I don't understand, why would you say other than deployments? Because what is he telling you? What is he saying? Do you
In
do it
other
in
words,
production?
basically, do you just do that like other than just simply deploying it, do you build these things?
Yeah, I don't know if this is a trick question,
Oh my God.
right? Because you should never do any of these things in production. You should always do it in the
Do it in a
sandbox.
sandbox. So technically, yes. They
So
they
so that
might have been trying to trip you up there.
Oh, do you work off with
Because yes, the proper way to answer that was yes. I create objects, I create fields and stuff in a sandbox environment, and then using an outbound chain set to the production environment.
Oh my God. I hope because
But don't, hey, you did well though overall. So,
Yeah.
but
there are
but that's in the future, that's the best way to answer it.
yeah, there are some question as we go down. He asked me about things and I told him I'll build them first in the sandbox. But anyways, we'll get to
Okay.
there. So that
Okay.
was a tricky question. Oh my God. Oh my God, I should have said I'm building all these new objects first on the sandbox and test them out to see if they're working.
Mm. Yeah.
Properly.
Or you could say you build it out, you go ahead and make sure everything works for you as a developer or as the admin. And then you have another department called QA, and they test it out before it's then sent via chain sets to production. Because that's the normal way to do it, right? That makes sense?
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, now, or you could say, look, these companies I work for, they're very small. They don't have a QA department. So I do all the work myself after I test it. If it looks good, I then deploy it right into production.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways to answer that. That's fine though. Generally you want to say anything new or whatever it is, you build it in the sandbox and then you deploy it to production.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. So he asked me the next question. Oh yeah. What would you say has been your biggest accomplishment in your time as a Salesforce administrator?
Yeah,
Oh,
how'd you answer
how did
that?
you answer that one? That's a
Yeah,
good
so
question.
I told him like every day is an accomplishment for me as when I walk finishing all my tasks on time, finishing the projects on time, because this also also are solving different problem for users across the org because this showcase that I am a great I'm a great I'm a
Hmm.
great worker in the company, and also this also put the company in a good spot. So every day is an accomplishment for me. That's what I say.
Good, hey, good
Okay,
answer.
it's good. It's
That's
good.
good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question. What do you like about your current role and what you do not like? This was a trick question.
Hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, so I told him like I like everything about my role as a Salesforce administrator. I always work so hard and I am also very passionate about Salesforce. So I like everything about my role in general. And also I told him that there's nothing real I don't like about my role. He was like, hmm. I was
See,
like,
yeah.
yeah, but I told him this. But I was like, but one thing is, in my current role that I'm working on, it's not like I really don't like it, but it's just something I wish there was more room, opportunity for growth in Salesforce department. There is no room for growth, and I am currently looking to grow more, to sharpen my skills, and as
Okay.
growing every day. That's the one thing I
Hmm.
really do not like. But yeah. Oh,
You,
and he was like, he was like quite impressed. He was like, oh, that was a bit impressing because most of the time when I ask a candidate, they really say they don't have anything they like. But it was quite interesting, you telling me, like giving me something.
Yes. Cause see,
yes.
cause when everybody say, "Oh, I like everything," they know you're lying.
Yeah.
So I
You,
like the
you,
way you answered that.
you, but you could answer it this way too. That yes, you generally love the role, except for this one annoying guy named Jeff. And I really hate working with the guy.
Oh my God. I was actually waiting for like a very serious answer.
No, you answered it just fine. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like your answer actually.
I think
Because
that.
at
No,
first
but
I was getting a little nervous. I said, please don't tell me that you say you don't like it. There's nothing you don't like about your role. But I like the
Mhm,
way you answered that. That was good. Go ahead.
mhm.
Um,
Now you could also say, for that kind of question, right? What you really like about it is that you do something and you see the results right away, and you like that, because that way, it makes a lot of sense. You see, sometimes when you do things, it's right there, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Um,
oh wait,
what
what
the
do
thing?
you mean I do things and I see there, right? I'm
The
seeing there.
results. You can see the results.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what kind of results?
The results, like you you saw a problem, you fixed it right
Ah,
there.
okay, now I got it.
That's the good thing about being a Salesforce admin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I
Or
got it.
or the other thing is you do it in the sandbox, right? Where that you see that you fixed the problem, it looks great, and now you could just put it right into production, knowing that it will then be fixed in production. You
Hmm.
see? So that's something that Salesforce is really, really good at, is the sandbox concept. That way you never do it in production where you have no idea if you're going to fix it correctly. You see what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the one thing people hate are bugs, and it's not working properly, they get frustrated. So you always want to make certain that the users have a fully functioning working org properly.
Yeah, and now what you don't like sometimes is that you make a change and it takes forever for the page layout to render correctly, like how we have to wait and
Oh
log
my
off and
God,
all
and you
that,
gotta, yeah, log out and log back in. Yeah,
right?
that's
Don't you
annoying.
remember? You guys don't remember that? See,
Oh,
that's
I
very
remember
annoying.
that.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
And
That was,
that was the problem we had in that video that I sent you.
oh yeah. Oh my God. I wasn't actually thinking
But
of
it's
that.
okay. You answered it just fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay, next question. What number? Oh, okay. How do you approach staying up to date as a Salesforce constantly making changes, releasing new features, adding new product? How do you make sure you stay up to date with what they're coming out with? So this is what I told him. I'm always reading the Salesforce release, attending different webinars, and engaging on a community, like on the Trailhead community.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one of the new feature that I have been liking so far is the growth of Agent Force. This is something that I have been learning more about it, and I'm also planning to get a certificate on Agent Force because Agent Force can help a business tremendously, and I want to learn and know how I can utilize Agent Force in the org and see how it can help to streamline business processes. That's what I told.
Oh, go
Mhm.
ahead, girl.
Yeah, there you go.
You in fuego. You on fire, girl. Ooh.
I've been waking up
Mhm.
so early in the morning to study until the end of the day. Anyways, I've been
That
preparing
was a good answer. Go ahead.
Nice.
things. Um, and we're oh,
Number
oh my God. And this was the question that was coming in, and I was like, oh my God, here comes another question about Agent Force. But I haven't been reading Agent Force.
Mhm.
He said any experience with but he was like thinking like so there is Agent Force close related to Data Cloud. Do you have any experience with Data Cloud? Well, that was actually my first time hearing Data Cloud. Or maybe I
Mhm.
heard about it, but I really never thought of paying attention to it. So I told him I really don't have experience with Data Cloud. However, I am a quick learner. If when given opportunity, I'll be able to learn it quicker and make it work. That's what I
Mhm.
okay.
told.
Well, that's good.
Satisfactory. Yeah. Sounds like
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he's asked, how do you go about if you came across the request or feature the business is asking for, that you don't know yet? How do you go about in answering any questions, or how do you tackle the project? Say, for example, we just added Data Cloud to our organization last week, so it is brand new to the company. If you are a Salesforce admin and we have a business needs and we need to connect information from our external database into our Salesforce contact example using Data Cloud. How would you approach that problem?
Oh, good.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I I told him, well, if a user came to me and asked a question, they have an issue regarding regarding Data Cloud, and I don't know the answer or I am not sure about it, I will ask the user to give me a little bit of time, maybe like 20 or 30 minutes, depending on the issue they're having, and I will get back to them. And after that, I'll go and use free resources like Trailhead. They have so many modules and lesson and project that I can learn about Data Cloud. So
Hmm.
uh I will look for that specific problem a user is having and learn about it. And if it's something more technical, I'll go on the sandbox and uh and test it out and see how it's going to work and how it's going to if it is going to solve the user's problem. And I am sure, because I am a quick learner, I'll be able to figure out the problem and find the solution on time, and I will reach back to the user and solve that issue.
Nice. That's a
That's a
good
nice
answer.
answer. I think
Yeah.
don't be afraid to mention you can use Chat GPT also because
Say
people,
that. But then I remember me and Jermaine all the time using ChatGPT.
yeah, and believe it or
Hmm.
not, a lot of people do that. So don't be afraid to mention it. But your answer was really good though.
And then if ChatGPT doesn't give you a good answer, at least you could then call your good friend Lou and Jermaine, and then they will answer your question.
Oh my God. I'll be like, what?
No, but so far you have answered these questions very, very well. I got to give it to you. You know, go
Oh,
ahead.
Yeah,
yeah.
but you could also say that Effectsoft also has a Premier or help with Salesforce, so you could contact Salesforce directly,
Ah,
so to get an answer to your question.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when a lot of admins get completely stuck and they don't really know and they can't get a good answer, so they could get in touch with Salesforce
Yeah.
directly.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, as Jermaine said, is it okay to mention ChatGPT for real?
Yeah, of course. It's now a tool to help
Yeah.
people do their work.
Everybody pretty much uses it or some form of it.
Ah, okay.
So
I'll mention it
don't be
next
afraid
time.
to mention it.
Yeah, I'll mention it next time on the interview.
Right. But so far you did very well. Go ahead, keep moving.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so the next question. Um, oh, so he was like, oh, so that is for the support side. Let's say the business has a requirement to use new features that you're not familiar with yet. How would you tackle that
That
learn?
learning. Okay.
Yeah. I pretty much told him what I said. I mean, like I'll use, of course, the free resources like Trailhead, as they have so many resources, so many projects I can learn from, practice from, and then I will I will use Sandbox I'll use Sandbox to test out what I learn and see how it could actually help the business.
Well, you pretty much answered it the same way you did the previous. He was
Yeah, that's
probably
what
looking for something a little different.
I
But
know.
how would you answer that, Lou? Because this is the business side has a
That's
requirement.
that's easy. You
Hold
Oh,
know everything, so you'll never get yourself in a situation like that.
oh,
on.
my God.
No, he's joking.
Oh my God.
He's joking. Relax, he's joking. Hold on. So that's
No,
supposed to, let's say the business has a requirement to use a new feature that you're not familiar with yet. How would you tackle that learning?
no, of course you just go ahead and Google it or use ChatGPT or watch some videos on it. Now, and if that doesn't all work, then you go ahead and contact Salesforce and ask them about it.
Actually, it was pretty much like I was thinking like the same question too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because he said that was okay. You solved the support side issue, but he said now what happens on the business side issue, which means he's looking for a different answer than what you currently gave. But
Mhm.
it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Well,
okay.
yeah.
This is good learning experience.
The next question he asked, is there any specific you are looking to get from a new employer? Is there anything culture related or anything specific you're looking for on your next role? I was like, I need 120K.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I told him I'm actually looking a new employer to work with a new employer whereby in the company there is a good culture. The company has an inclusive culture for all, and also the good communications between my coworkers, my teammates. Uh, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. I just
Mm-hmm.
That suffice.
yeah. And then after that, he just asked me, "Do you have any question for me?" Yeah, so I asked him about the next step uh after this interview, and then I asked him about um what kind of advice would you give to a successful candidate who wants to excel in your company? So he gave me a bunch of advice.
Oh, that's a good question. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where did you get that? Where did you get that question from?
I think I shared with you, Jermaine, the video. This guy, he's always posting about interviews, how to prepare yourself for interview, blah blah blah. He has like so many videos. That's where I learned about all my behavioral questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
I'll share with you his channel again. It's
Yeah,
really
yes, please do, because
I'll
that's, I
share with
like
you.
that question. Because
Yeah.
no one asked that.
Oh my God, he was actually like biting himself. He was like, "Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh," and then he kept going. I was like, "Oh, that was looks like it was a hard question." I was like, "Oh,
He
I
never saw
know."
that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I like that question.
And then the next question I asked him, oh, and then he was like, I was like, okay. And then he was like, um, ask me more questions. I'm sure you have more questions. I was like, oh yeah, I have one more last question. Can you tell me about the team that I'll be working with if I am successful hired? And then he told me about the team, pretty much the in-house uh Salesforce business analyst. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
her and someone else, like just two people. I kind of forgot. I didn't get all the time uh to listen to what he was saying because I was running out of time. We're getting on the call, but yeah, that was pretty much it. So when we get here on the 14 questions after I answered, he was like, I don't want to be rude and take all of your time. I see here we have 7 minutes left, so I'm just gonna let you ask me some questions. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, oh, one more question he asked me. So where are you currently located? I was like, I'm located in Brooklyn. Oh, which part of Brooklyn are you located? I was like, I'm around Bedside. And he was like, oh, I actually lived around that area a little while
Oh.
ago. I was between Bedside and Green Avenue. I was like, oh, actually, she was like, that's a really nice neighborhood. I was like, oh yeah, it's really nice actually. And I'm actually not living not so far from there. I was like, oh, that's nice. And we're both laughing. Ha.
Oh, you see, you could tell him that if he hires you, you might be able to hook him up with an apartment.
I told him Jeffrey we were laughing and stuff. He didn't like that.
You gotta
Mhm.
tell them on the idea.
It was like, why were you laughing a lot? I was like, well, I need the job.
Yeah. You could tell him, look, your husband to let him stay in his basement apartment for a couple of
Yeah.
days.
Oh man. No, overall, you did well.
Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you. I have
Just
been.
work on number 6 because that's the one you really have to do a little better job on for your if you should you get to the technical. But I believe you'll make it to the technical interview the way you answered these questions.
I kind of
I will
feel.
be surprised if you don't make it to the technical interview.
Did he
Yeah.
say when they're gonna
Yeah,
get
what
back
did
to
he
you?
say about that?
Oh, he said so. He has a couple of more candidates he's interviewing
Of
tomorrow.
course, they all say that, right? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and then after that, he will uh we should be able to hear the results by the end of this week. So I will hear results from Pete, the recruiter.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and
oh,
the recruiter checked me out in the morning to wish me uh good luck and all the best, and he told me like to give him feedback when I finish the interview and say and let him know how was the process. If I have any
Hmm.
question that I forgot to ask on the interview, I can let him know. And also if I still want to continue with the opportunity to work with them.
nice. Okay, okay. So you get in touch with them, or he's gonna get in touch
Now
with
the
you?
recruiter get back in touch
Oh,
with
the
you.
recruiter's gonna get back to me. So I sent the recruiter an email right away after the interview and gave him the feedback. But I didn't get to hear back from him, maybe tomorrow. And then I guess I'll send a thank you note tomorrow to the person who interviewed me today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he give you any personal information like his email or anything like that?
Other on the recruiter forwarded me the email with the interview link invitation. He's on there.
Okay, he's on there. Perfect. So then, yes,
I can use it, right? Even though
yes,
I got the
yes, you're free to use it
okay.
and email him, and tomorrow, and reminding him, so you stay on his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and also when I asked him about the next step after
Yes.
this, he said will be the technical part where I will meet that Salesforce business analyst and I think two more people um who are going to be on the team, if not one person. I didn't listen to the video all the way to the end. I was rushing
It's
anyway.
fine. It's
Mm.
fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's all
that
right.
will be it would it will be like a hands-on technical something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna test my
Oh,
but like it's gonna be hands-on. What does that even mean?
Means
meaning,
they're gonna make you log into a sandbox, and
hmm
then they're gonna ask you to do things.
Wow.
yes,
Wow. Okay.
and they may
Mhm.
even ask you to create a flow.
Ah,
I am almost certain they're going to ask you to create a flow
okay. So I'm gonna have to study the flows. I'm gonna have to practice the new objects to create
because
object.
I interviewed for a job a few years back. About 2 years ago, I interviewed for a Salesforce job,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and I did well in the interview type of interview you had today, and then I had to do a technical interview. And I did well in the technical interview until it came to one part when she asked me to create a specific type of flow. And I
Mm.
had to be honest, told her, I don't have no experience with flows. So she
Oh.
walked me through it,
Mhm.
but ultimately I didn't get the job for that very reason.
Oh, she
Mm,
showed
mm,
you how to
mm,
do it by
Yeah,
doing this.
she showed me how to do it,
Oh, that's so kind of them.
mm, mm,
but
mm.
ultimately I didn't get the job because why? They was looking for somebody who had experience with flows.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what kind of flow was it?
I forgot exactly what type. Hold on.
Rec
Uh,
Record triggered flow
no, it
or
wasn't a record trigger flow. It was something that I'm almost certain was a screen flow. Yes, it was some type of a screen flow. Something
mm,
really simple. but
Hmm.
I just think, I mean, I was just really honest. This was still when process builder and workflows was coming to the end.
Yeah, that's because you didn't listen to me, Jermaine.
Leave me alone. So I am almost certain that they're going to have you do some sort of automation with flows. So you have to really practice your flows
Yeah, I'm gonna
because
have
I
to.
think I believe you're going to get that technical interview.
If I do get the technical interview, I am going to pass that.
Nice.
Practice. I'm not gonna sleep. I haven't been sleeping this
No,
couple.
no, 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 don't say it. No, don't.
It's a couple of hours. Not I think when was that? I'll wake up every in the morning and study. I studied until the last minute. Oh,
Hmm.
it built my confidence. I need to get that job. Oh, okay. And then he said, so if I get a chance to get on the second part of the interview, the last process will be I'll have to go in the office and have the last interview with their boss.
Ooh.
Listen, once you get to that process, you're in. But
Hmm.
it's that technical interview you got to prepare for, and you're gonna have to be sharp because they're gonna ask you to do certain things like create an object, create a field.
Yeah.
Um, they're gonna ask because I'm trying to remember from my one where
Giving
they
user permissions, assigning profile.
right, and then they're gonna ask you to create some sort of automation, and you're gonna have to know how to do that. And it's gonna be a basic automation. They're not gonna ask you to build something complex,
No,
but it's
but
gonna
they
be
might
something.
ask her to say create record types and different things like that. You don't know
Right.
what they're gonna ask her.
Create record type. I don't remember her asking me to do that when I went through it with the lady. Though I knew how to do it, I didn't remember her asking me to do that part. But when I remember when she asked me to create an object, I used the schema builder instead of the other way. She goes, "I never saw it that way before." Because
Yeah,
they, I said, "Yeah,
that
there's multiple ways you could do the schema builder. I
yeah,
mean, not the
that's
schema builder, create an object, but."
that's because you were scheming, Jermaine.
Oh, she was impressed with my skill set until the flow part. That's
Hmm.
when I said, "Damn!" I thought
Yeah,
I could still get in, but she said, they said no for that reason. I said, "Damn!" But
yep.
like the guy said, he was over. They was impressed with my knowledge and stuff like that. So, but yeah, but that's
Okay.
what you got to get ready for, and that's a good hands-on thing for you. You can do it, but
Yeah.
you're gonna have to practice, especially the automation.
Yep.
Did you do any record trigger flows or anything like that?
I've never done record trigger flow before. I guess we're gonna have to
No, I'm almost certain it's gonna be a screen flow, LA.
wait.
Well, you can't know that.
Yeah, it's better
No,
to
the reason why I say I'm almost certain it's going to be because it's going to be something really simple and basic. And if they're going to assume if you can't do the screen flow, you definitely can't do the record trigger flow.
And you think screen flows uh is easier than a record trigger
record
flow?
trigger flow.
To some extent, yes. Because, like you said, you can see it as you're building it and stuff where record trigger flow is a little bit more, but
And what happens if they actually ask her to do a record trigger flow?
Oh
well,
Then
my,
then
what?
now, hey, but I'm almost certain it's going to be a screen flow because it's something that can be quickly built,
I
real
know
simple.
what you're saying, but that doesn't mean they won't ask
No,
her to
I'm
do a
not
record
saying she
trigger
shouldn't
flow.
learn the record trick and flow. She should know how to do that too. But I am almost certain it will be if they ask you for automation, it's going to most likely be a screen flow. 9.5 out of 10 times, it's going to be some sort of a screen flow.
Yeah, maybe not.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
well,
don't know.
you're right, but I'm
But
taking an educated guess.
hmm
I have a question, Lou. Um, can you please I just want to like understand like really well how I can put it all together when I introduce myself because all this time, oh my God, it took me so much time to put like all this together, like they tell me about myself, especially in FXsoft.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have been saying it, I guess wrong, but not wrong at the same time, I guess. As I am a consultant, but like it sounds
Hmm.
like I'm working as a consultant, not an in-house salesperson. So, okay, do you see this? Can you check it out and see where I can actually change it?
Well, what you should be saying. Let's see. I'm currently working at Salesforce admin at FX Consulting Company. Okay, and mainly support clients. Okay. No, but that's all fine. It's just that when they ask you if you were a consultant
Mm-hmm.
or a employee of
In-house, right,
in-house, the in-house means employee,
right.
right? Even that first paragraph you have is telling people you are an employee of Effectsoft, but
Mm-hmm.
you're working as a consultant for another company where they send them to you.
Ah, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, just simply say you're an employee for FXall.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's clear.
And it's better for you to say that anyway, because that way they could call Prasad and they'll ask him, well, how is she? And Prasad will say, eh, she's doing great.
Who? What's her name? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Jermaine, you worked at FXsoft. Why you don't remember the name?
That's right. But that's because he's the annoying colleague that you don't like.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Ah, yeah, but just keep it simple. You worked with FXsoft, you're a Salesforce administrator with FX.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you could say the client is X, Y, and Z. Or you could say for disclosure reasons, you can't disclose out the name of the client, but
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, you could say, look, I can't tell you I'm working for Google and the CEO of Google. You didn't hear it from me.
Oh my God.
uh, yeah, but other than that, you did just fine. I have very few like, ooh,
Hmm. Well, that's good. I mean, you felt confident, right?
I was like very confident.
Now,
Do
what I would suggest you
you
work
say it?
more on though, for hands-on, work
Yeah.
more on deployment from sandbox to production, so
Yeah.
so you can know how to really know how to answer that, because they might even have you do something like that on your in your hands-on tests.
Oh yeah, then I know. Yeah, I think they will.
They might. So
When I was
you have to know how to navigate that, and don't mention CS, you know.
oh my
So,
God.
so let me ask you to do something and see if you could do it.
Me right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you're the star right now. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't think I can. I'm actually cooking.
You can't. Oh, you can't. Oh, you're
I'm
cooking.
cooking. Yeah, for
Oh, you're cooking. You're cooking.
What are
Okay.
you cooking?
I'm making ground beef, yuca, and some broccoli.
Oh, okay,
Ooh,
okay,
nice,
okay.
nice. Okay, but you need to practice your record trigger flow in case they're gonna ask you to do that too.
Oh yeah, record truffle. Oh,
Yeah.
I've done record truffle before.
We could do one eventually,
Well,
when you're ready.
tomorrow we're supposed to be meeting for flows.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna be there tomorrow, so you guys gonna have
Oh,
to figure it out.
Oh, you're not. Boo! Don't.
No, but you know how to do one, right, Jermaine?
Yeah, I know how to do one.
you can teach me?
You want to show us now?
Oh yeah, I think that would
Put
be
you
fun.
on the spot, Jermaine.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not the one who did the interview.
Jermaine,
Come
come on.
on, let's see.
Time to show off, Jermaine. Come on.
Do something, Jermaine.
Leave me alone. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Uh,
Oh, I should stop sharing. Give me 1 second.
now remember, my computer is slow, so
It's okay,
I got to
baby.
get it speed up. I know what I got to do. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Be
All
back in a
right.
second.
Mhm.
Oh, Jermaine,
Yeah,
don't forget to take out
I
the.
already did.
Oh, okay, thank you. How do you call them again?
What?
The thing. I keep saying the.
I know what you're talking about, so yeah.
Yeah, let's keep talking on the code so Lou won't understand. We are undercover Salesforce pros.
Yeah. Wow. But I love that answer you gave. I mean, that question you gave. Yeah. I would be surprised and disappointed if you don't make it to at least the technical, Yeah.
If I want, then I can get another interview, you know. But what I
Yeah,
know,
but no, 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 no. You got to. You should have this. This should be your job.
mm,
And once you get past this job, you're in. Because once you get to where you go into the office, that's like a formality type of thing. They just want to see your personality and stuff like that. Then you don't have to worry about them testing you.
yeah.
Hmm. Oh boy.
Jermaine, you tired?
Well, a little bit, a little bit. Let me see something. Doom, doom, tsh, doom, doom, tsh. We will rock you. By the way, I don't like doing interviews on Mondays
Oh,
and
no.
Fridays. Those are two of the worst days to do interviews. So,
Ooh. Wait,
hmm?
Monday, Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Anytime
typical.
in the future when you schedule interviews, you really want Tuesday to Thursday.
Why?
Why? Mondays, you could just coming back off a weekend, and people hate coming off of weekends, coming into the job. So it's a mental thing. And Fridays, people are waiting for the weekend. So it's like, their minds. I was told the best time to do interviews is Tuesday through Thursdays, but that's neither here nor there. But
So what are you doing this flow on, Jimmy?
well, you say you want me to do a record trigger flow. Give me a project you want me to do.
Okay. Do you have any flows currently?
Yes, I got two flows:
Let me see.
job application and contact Raul Parlor flow, customer flow.
So go to your go to your opportunities. So you see this opportunity here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When you create a new opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
right, I want you to change, I want the name of the opportunity to be Salesforce, and whatever you put in, scroll it down. Let me see your jobs that you're applying for. Job postings. What else you have? Remote. Okay, and then you paste in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Scroll it up more.
You got benefits, job type,
Okay. Hmm.
stage, supply,
Okay, okay. What's the job type?
job type.
Okay, okay. Hmm. All right. So what do we do with this then? Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Hourly rate. Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
Okay, how about we do this? If you put in, so in this flow, is there a salary also?
Yes.
Let me see it. All right. So let's say you put $100,000 salary, right?
Okay.
When you save it, it should also put the hourly rate automatically.
Oh, can you repeat that, Lou, one more time? If you put the salary?
If you put the salary in,
Mm-hmm.
then it should automatically put the hourly rate.
Oh, oh,
So
dang.
how does it do that to me? First of all, if you make 100,000, what's your hourly?
100,000?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I know $25 an hour is 50,000 a year, around that 50,000 a year. So that would be around $50 an hour.
And how did you get that? What's the calculation?
Well, I just more or less computed it in my head
Mhm.
because I have an idea that that $25 is around 50 grand a year. So,
So if you put 100,000,
mhm.
what did you do to get $50 an hour?
So that's an annual. 100,000 is annual.
Hmm.
So then you divide it by 12 for monthly. Truthfully, I don't know how that is calculated, to be really honest with you.
Open up an Excel.
So you're gonna say annual salary.
All right, I can't see the Excel.
Oh,
Oh shoot. My apologies. You can see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so 100,000. Okay.
Then you want to know, go to F column.
The hourly salary.
Hmm.
Okay.
Put 50. Okay. So what did you do to the 100,000 to get 50?
So the
Hmm.
hundred, oh, that's a year one. Okay. Mhm. Oh my God, I remember.
Ooh, let me see.
How come your head could do it, but you can't do it now? What's wrong with your head?
No, my head is because I know that $25 an hour is around that 50,000 a year. Because I saw it somewhere, and I just know that when I was working at BlackRock, I was making close to 50,000 a year.
Okay, look, if you multiplied the 50 by 2, what do you get?
100,
And then you multiplied 100 by 1,000, what do you get?
10,000.
No, 100 times 1,000 is 100,000.
Oh, okay. 100 times 1,000. Oh, sorry.
So what did you do? You multiplied by 2,
Two.
and then you multiplied by 1,000
Okay.
to get the 100,000.
Okay.
So how do you do the opposite now?
Divide
Divide what?
the 100,000 by a
By,
thousand.
and then
Divide that by two.
2, or take the 100,000 divided by 2,000.
100,000 divided by 2,000. Okay.
Right. Try that. Do equals. Point to the 100,000. Divide by 2,000. What do you get? 50.
50. Oh, okay.
Change the salary to 50,000 a year.
25.
25.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
So whatever your salary is, you're dividing it by 2,000, and that's your hourly.
Right.
You get it?
I get it.
Do you think you'll do a record trigger flow that will populate the hourly if you put in a hundred, no, if you put in a salary?
I think I can. Let me see. Okay. Mm,
So we can't see your
No, I'm sure I'm
Salesforce.
switching it.
Okay.
Okay. So now move out of the way. So let's just say new flow. Okay, trigger flow. So we're gonna say opportunity.
The flow kind of look different. The flow page.
Yeah, when a record is created or updated.
No, just keep it as created, because you only
Created.
want to do it at created. You don't want to do when it's up there,
Okay.
because if you're updating it, right, maybe that's what you want it to be.
Okay.
Okay, do it as created updated. I'll show you the problem.
So you're going to say minimum salary minimum equals, let's say 100,000. Hold on, let me see something. Are we creating a record triggered flow
Yeah.
where when the minimum salary is 100 grand,
Why is it, Jermaine? What did I ask you to do? You put in a salary that calculates the hourly.
calculates the hourly, right?
Why are you fixated on 100,000?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking of 100,000. Okay, sorry. Um, Let me see. Let's see. No, it's changed. Um, Hold on. You know what? Let me pull up a notepad. Okay. So create a record trigger flow where the minimum salary automatically populates the hourly salary. That's basically it, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Let me think this through. Okay, let's see.
We can ask ChatGPT.
No, I'm trying not to do that.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me think this through.
See? You put Jermaine on the spotlight.
Yeah,
Now he's sweating bullets.
no.
Poor Jermaine.
Okay.
Jermaine, I can see the steam coming out.
Let me. I'm trying to think this through. Okay. Salary minimum. Okay.
Jeffrey, have you ever created rocket sugar fall?
Okay. So I think this is the way it's going to work. Okay. If the salary is blank or is false, is null, is false. It's got to be is false. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um, Let me see. And um, I'm going to do this one. Fast field updates. No, wait a minute. No, no, no. It can't be at fast field updates. My apologies. Before the record is saved. No, that doesn't make sense. Sorry. Let me see. Every time a record is updated and meet the condition required, only when a record is updated to meet the condition required. I'm going to say every time. Let's see. And then I'm going to have to do it. I think I got to do some sort of an element where it's going to be, I think, a decision. Let's see. Is the salary? Hold on. Let me see. Is the minimum salary changed? Let me do it that way. The decision. Let me see. Is the minimum salary changed? Let's say it that way. Yes, the minimum salary is changed. Okay. So what's the conditions? If it is changed,
All right, let me just give you something simpler, Jermaine.
no, 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 no. I want to finish this. I want to solve this because there's this. Am I on the right path?
I don't think you are.
You don't think I am?
No.
Oh,
Leave me alone. Put me on the spot like this. This-
Just make it simple. I just want you to put a 50 in the uh in the hourly. That's it. No calculation, nothing. How do you do that?
Oh, Jermaine.
Yeah. What about using the flow?
You didn't say flow. You just said let's put a 50 in the hourly bit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Record triggered flow. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I gotta think this through. Okay. So then, if I'm wrong on this, then let me just click on this
Didn't you do some record trigger flows, Jermaine?
yes, but it was a while.
Oh,
Do you do record sugar flow almost every day, Lou?
there's always something important to do on a record trigger flow.
Um, hmm.
Let's just say, let me see, hourly rate flow. Nothing connected to the starter. Okay. Let's do this. So we're going to update records. You're going to say hourly rate or get hourly rate. Get hourly rate. Okay, how to find records to update and set their value. Use the opportunity record that triggered the flow. Update the records related to the opportunity record that triggered the flow. Use the IDs in all fields. Okay, I'm going to use the opportunity record. So I got to fix the other one. So the hourly rate. Come on, what's going on with the computer? Don't do this to me.
You got this, Jermaine.
Leave me alone.
What's happening here?
I don't know. My computer's going slow. I told you.
Yeah, I see some kind of little spinning thing.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can save this and maybe just speed it up a bit. Okay, let me refresh. Because this is, oh, there it goes. It's 50. So then now let me go back to this flow here. And the hourly rate. Hold on. I don't think I need this. No, I don't think I need that. Let me debug this and see. Run the record as if the record is created. Okay. Okay, how this interview started. Okay. Now this didn't go. Wait a minute.
Man, I thought this was a piece of cake for you. What happened?
I said, hey, I got real rusty. I forgot. It's been a while since I've done record trigger flows. You know.
Yeah, except for I don't want to do too much because the problem is going to be that happiness may need to do something like this,
Yeah.
and you're kind of, I don't know, you're kind of making things very confused.
I'm lost.
Confused. It's your fault. Okay. Okay, I'm lost.
Okay, why don't you go delete it? Let's do it from scratch.
Delete all of this? Okay.
I think maybe someone else should take over because his screen is really slow.
Jeffrey, you need help? Jeffrey's gonna take off.
Jumping in, guy.
Oh, no, you
Ooh.
didn't. You gonna kick me out? Okay, fine.
All right.
Okay, Jeff, you know how to do a record trigger flow?
It's been a hot minute, but I believe I still got it.
All right, let's see.
All right. Share my screen, right? Or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, that. Share your screen. It's a good start so far.
Log in Salesforce. Let me.
I think you're logged in already.
I'm not in Salesforce. Um, which one should we use?
Anyone,
The
it doesn't
oh,
matter.
anyone.
Anything that has some data in it.
Yeah, get this one. Okay, can take over.
Yeah, let's go to details on this opportunity first.
Oh. Oh, details. Okay.
Okay, so let's do something a little different here. Okay, let's see. You see where it says opportunity name purchasing address?
Opportunity with purchasing dress. Yes.
Okay, create a new opportunity. Let's take a quick look.
A new opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Fill out anything but the name. The account. Pick okay, and close date today, whatever. Right? Stage. Make a close one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what should be the name of this opportunity?
Test
No,
opportunity. Uh. Pants.
no. It should be Blue Signal Search. Right. Actually, pick a different account name. Pick somebody. A Kumin?
A Kuman. Yeah.
Who's a Kumin?
Matata. Yeah,
Okay.
happiness.
It should be a Kumin purchases. A Kumin purchases. On 5/19/2025. But don't save it. On 5/19/2025. You see that? Okay. If you're seeing this, how did you get purchases on 5/19/2025?
I just typed it down.
Okay. Now, if you were going to do it automatically, how would that look like?
I guess the once the close date is updated, it would immediately populate purchase on and match the close date.
It's not when the close date is updated. It's going to be when you press save, then the purchase on 5/19/2025 should be there automatically.
I see. Okay. Hmm.
So so you understand the record trigger flow, what you're going to do, right?
Yeah, but the question is, if the record, if the field itself is mandatory, we wouldn't be able to save it without it. No?
Sure.
So wouldn't that defeat the purpose if we need to like if it's mandatory to fill out and update the record before the record is triggered?
Jeff, what's wrong with this picture here? You could, okay. What's a before and what's a after save trigger?
Okay. All right. I got it. I got it. It's been a while.
What's this?
Before save is you haven't hit the save button yet. Yeah. Okay. Been a while, guys. Okay. So purchases on am I okay to save it, or is this something that you want to replicate?
Yeah, cancel this.
Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go to the record flow.
I just do it on creative, that's all.
Oh, sorry. I have been relocated to a table.
Mhm.
For table, let's see. Hmm. I might be a bit stuck, guys. Let's see. How am I in the right direction, Lou, more or less?
It's not really.
Ah, come on. You didn't tell me that you just let me do all this. Okay, where did I go wrong, Lou?
Virtually everything.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, well, I thought you were so impressed with my diligence. That's why you didn't say much.
I was just waiting for you to finish off what you're doing here.
Okay, so
Ah,
let's
boy.
start with the first part. What did I do wrong with the
No, let's start with the opportunity. Go back to your opportunity.
Yep. Okay. You guys.
Okay, click new opportunity. When does this flow get triggered? Okay, on create.
Right.
And then what is it supposed to do?
Update the opportunity name.
Right. Okay, it's supposed to update the opportunity name. Now, when you do update, what are you doing update on?
On the opportunity. You mean what triggers the update?
No, we know what triggers the update, and you created it's you're creating the opportunity. That's what triggers it.
Right.
Okay. So if you're going to say update, what are you updating?
The opportunity name.
No, that's the field. What object are you updating? What record?
The the name of the opportunity.
No, that's a field. I'm saying, okay, you guys don't understand the concept. When you say new,
Mhm.
this is the opportunity that you're updating. What is this opportunity called when it comes to the trigger?
A record.
The triggering record.
Right.
Okay. Do you understand that this record is the triggering record?
Yes.
Cancel this. Go back to your flow. Okay. Get rid of the condition that you have there. No, just get rid of the condition. Okay. Now, save this. Okay. X this out. Okay. Get rid of that warning. Get rid of those two pink things you put there.
No.
Okay. What are you updating?
The record.
The triggering record.
Triggering record. Yes.
Hit the plus.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Update the name of the triggering record. That's what you're saying. Okay, that's it. Go to the fields. What field are we updating?
Opportunity name.
Name.
Just a name. Isn't this what I had before, Lou? Here.
No, you weren't updating the triggering record.
Ah, okay. Right. Okay.
Okay. Just put in the value test. Okay. Save this. Activate it. See if it works. Create a record. Don't put the opportunity name, just pick something.
Mhm.
Okay. Put an X in the opportunity name. Save it.
Oh, wow, it did. It created tests. Oh, wow. Okay.
What's all? Look how simple your flow is.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty simple.
So the really, I think the difficult part is to understand what you're trying to do in regards to how to do things, you know. It's very simple. You're creating an opportunity. The triggering record is the opportunity that you're creating, and you just want to update the name. That's all. Very
Right.
simple. But that's not what we want to update the name to. What did we want to update the name to?
Um, we wanted to update it to
Purchases on the date.
yep, purchases on date. Yep.
And how do we do that? Test isn't what we wanted.
So we want to make a new value,
Hmm.
and it would be new resource and maybe a formula.
Okay, try a formula. You can't have spaces.
Yep.
See, this is why you're gonna have to practice.
The Am I doing something wrong with using the formula, Lou?
Yes.
Mm. Oh, okay. Well, let's do text. Triggering opportunity. Mm.
Close date.
Yep, yep. I'm just looking for that flow state. Can I try that?
Okay, save it. Save a new version.
Okay, activate. Oh, the formula expression is invalid.
There, you didn't check syntax.
Yeah, my bad. Formula expression is invalid. Syntax error. Extra on.
Just put text around that. No, yeah, that's no.
Single ones? I don't know one. Let me see. Okay, let me do then this way, as you said.
You're guessing, man.
I'm losing it. No, I got this. I got this. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Magic. Actually, isn't it oh my goodness, I'm going down the C++ route. Let's do something like this.
No, you're way off.
I'm gonna go down the C++ route. Okay, hold on. I'm almost there, man. I'll figure this out. Oh man.
You're confusing happiness like crazy.
Yeah, but am I confusing Jermaine? Maybe Jermaine can help me out with this portion. Jermaine's boss. Jermaine.
Jermaine's sleeping.
Yeah.
You got to put a text instead of, hold on.
Right.
No, not there.
But what am I inputting? A text? Oh, you mean
Because see, hold on, let me see. The formula expression is invalid and extra on. Hmm.
I don't know why this. Oh, maybe because I'm not putting it correctly. Hold on, maybe do this. But then I don't think it would.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to figure out a
Oh, I
simple.
got it. I got it. Yeah, I did it.
Okay, okay.
Ah, thank God. See, I knew it. Thank.
Yes, I figured it out. Yeah. Hmm.
Jermaine came on. Who did it?
Okay, activate it. See if it works.
Let's do. Oh yeah, just opportunities. Let's do new. Yeah, it did not do it. I was pretty close though. Let's see. Okay, I got this. I think what I have to do is update that variable. This here. Okay, here's the format. What is Jermaine, what do you think?
Um, Good question. Okay. Search this on. Hit cancel and go back in there again. That formula. Okay, so this is correct. Purchase on now. The problem is record close date.
Maybe it has to do with the fact that it's set up as text. Well, it should be text, right?
Hold on. What is it supposed to say again? The date purchased on, and then the actual date, right?
Yeah. So I think maybe it has to do with the fact that it might want it to be text. We should. Mm, and I think it should be date.
Formula, no, it should not be text, right?
Yes, I think it might be that. So let's do this. Let's try and create a new formula.
No,
No, go
just
back
go
to the
back into
form.
that form. But you can't change the date type. Okay. See if you can change the date type.
Wait, formula expression is invalid. Syntax error. Extra record close date.
You can't change the date type, right? See.
All right. You know what? Do you have Excel on here?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there
You
is
do? You have
Excel.
Excel? On not Google Sheets, like real Excel.
I don't
Duh.
know. You do Google Sheets too.
I have Excel here. Wait. Oh, give me 1 second. I need to move this one.
Yeah, move it.
Oh, okay. This one. Uh,
No, you just pass it. It's on the right.
Okay, make this bigger. Now you are a guru on
Mhm.
this, Jeff.
I
Now
am. I
put 5/19/2025 in column A. Okay. So how do you get purchases on 5/19/2025? How do you do that here in Excel? No, you just repeat the
I did.
thing. No,
I
no,
did.
where's purchases? I don't see it.
Ah, okay.
You're supposed to be good at this. What happened?
I mean, that's what you want me to put it all in one line, right?
Yes. Where is it? You should have been like this.
No, hey man, it's working.
What happened? Has it been that long?
Jeffrey is on a hot chat today.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you wanted to say purchases on 5/19/2025, right?
I've been waiting for that. There's nothing tricky about this. I think you're confusing the hell out of everybody.
Hey man, I'm almost. No, look how far I got. Look, purchases on this, but this is fumbled, so I don't. Okay, I mean,
How do you not know how to do something so simple? Aren't you the guru? What happened?
oh my goodness. All right, hold on. I guess my being out of practice in my job for so long. Hold on. I got this. I got this. Let me see.
Man, you don't know how to do this?
Wait a minute. I would have used the date function.
God, I hate this Apple.
What?
None of the controls that I'm used to are working. How do I right click on it?
Let me see what time it is. We've been doing this for like an hour. All right, it's 11 o'clock. I better show you.
All right. What do you got?
Just go down to number 6. Okay. Now, say equals. Click on purchases on. Put a plus. Type the word text. Open the parentheses. Click on the 5/19/2025. Close it. Press enter.
Hey man, there's too many few arguments, man.
Okay, go back into it. Put a comma after A1. Value, comma, format. Okay, so this is a little bit different than the way no. It'll want put /DD
DD.
/YYYY and put that in quotes, double quotes. Press enter. Okay, it doesn't like that.
Oh man, come on, Lou. Come on.
Oh my
What am I
goodness.
doing wrong, Lou?
Yeah, you can use the date function. Get rid of the text.
That's what I said. Use the date function.
All right, so I'm getting rid of this, yeah? Date?
It's actually simpler in Salesforce, but yeah, get rid of it. Type date. Open parentheses. Hold on. No. Get rid of the date for a second.
Okay.
Just say plus. You know what? You're gonna have to use concat in this case.
Oh, but that I thought I was doing it wrong, man, with the concat.
But you didn't do the concat right, did you?
Okay. So I should use concat.
Try it.
Okay.
Okay. Click on purchases on.
Okay.
Okay. Comma. Click on the 5/19. See if
Okay.
this works. Close it. Press
You think
enter.
it's gonna work, or what do you think?
Maybe. Let's see.
Ah.
Oh, that kind of looks like what I did over here, Lou.
Yeah. Okay. Skip all of that.
Oh.
Go
All right.
back to Salesforce.
Okay, we're going back to Salesforce. I guess we all took a little bit of hit today, guys. Let's see. Okay.
Okay. Put a space here
Uh,
where you are. Just put a space.
okay.
Hit a plus. Okay. Go in front of the squiggly line and type in the word text. No, the squiggly line in front.
Okay, in front. Okay.
Text. Open the parentheses. Close at the end of the at.
Yeah.
Do check syntax.
Oh wow. Okay.
Do done. Do save new version.
Yep.
Do an activate. Try it here. Yeah, I'm surprised that Excel it doesn't work the way that this one did.
I mean, I don't know that it has to do with I'm using a Mac,
Yeah,
like,
you're using a Mac. It would have worked on the regular one.
exactly.
Okay, guys.
That's what I was
Okay.
saying,
What?
Computer messed this up. Anyway, okay, let's see.
Mac is the best.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Put an
All right.
X.
Yep, put an X. Oh,
See?
We were a little off with the spacing.
spacing,
Pretty
right?
good. Yeah. Wow.
It's almost there. But you get the point, right?
Yeah.
You understand what the record trigger flow is doing, right?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
putting in something consistent that when someone does purchases, that it'll put the date. But generally, you wanted to put the date and then how much the amount is. Is there an amount here? Let me just see. Oh, so the amount's not there. Okay. So you would normally put for the opportunity,
Mhm.
purchase $500 on 5/19, or it would actually be blue signal search purchase $200 on 2025 5/19. That's how it would normally be labeled. And
Got
that's
it.
what your flow was supposed to do, right? And that's a record trigger flow. I don't know if that's simple,
Yeah.
but it sounds like the screen flow seems to be better for you guys, as far as
Yeah.
developing a flow.
Mhm.
But there's no guarantee they're going to ask you to do a screen flow.
That's true.
And they
Yeah.
may actually think the record trigger flow is actually simpler.
Right.
Or they may not even be thinking, oh, should we just give her a nice simple flow? Or should we just tell her to do something?
Yeah.
Like something harder.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not hard. It's actually simple.
Oh.
It's not, look, I mean, look how simple this is, really.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward, for the most part.
Right. So flows are, I mean, we were doing a little bit more complicated on screen flows, right? But the reality is that, once you understand the screen flows, the formula shouldn't have been that difficult for anyone to really understand, you know. But yeah, you would have used the date function, you
Yeah.
know, to do that. Uh, Go back to Excel. Let's just finish up the Excel.
Oh, okay. Challenge accepted. Let's see. What do
Mm.
you got, Lou?
Okay, first, you know how to do your date function
In the formula, or you want to do it a
in
different?
in the concat.
Okay.
So change that to a date function. Open a parentheses. Okay, so that will give you the year, the comma. Actually, it won't be date. It'll be year. Just change date to year. Actually, a month. Month. We want the month first. Okay. Month of. Put a parentheses and click on the A1. Close it. Okay. Put a comma. Quote. Slash. Another
Oh,
quote. Comma. Day. Day.
sorry, it's this keyboard, man. You know how much I love Mac.
Why?
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Close it. Enter.
Ooh, holy cow. Yep. Will you have gotten the best of me?
That's
Very,
looking better.
very nice. Did you get this formula?
No, I'm confused, but I'm gonna have to learn it.
Jermaine, did you get this formula? Jermaine's sleeping.
He's sleeping.
Sleeping. Yep. Yeah. All right. Wow.
So you're gonna have to learn some formulas. Now let's just see if concat actually works in the Salesforce. No, click on the name update. Okay. Now, instead of you can use text, that's fine. That's like your concat. No, it doesn't use it. So text is really like concat. That's fine.
Right. Okay.
Uh, but actually no, the plus is like the concat. So get rid of the parenthesis and get rid of the text in the beginning with the right. Okay. So now all you have to do is say month, open a parentheses, close it. See if this does the check syntax.
Nope.
Expression invalid operator plus. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, because we want to put a text around the month.
So,
Open parentheses, yeah, and go to the end, close it.
oh,
Okay.
I see. So we'll have to
So
do the times.
yeah, so copy that so that you could do the day and the year.
So record triggered flow is all about formula.
No, we're just doing it because this what we wanted to put for this specific instance.
Oh my gosh, I messed it up.
Control Z. Yeah. Copy. Control C.
Yep, got it.
Do another. Yeah. This one is going to be day.
Have you heard back from the other guy who lost his job? The guy that you
No, I
helped?
have to give him a call eventually.
Yeah, crazy
Wait,
man.
do we check syntax? But
That was.
you need some parentheses. I mean some slashes.
Yep.
And you need another plus after that.
Yep. Yep. Oh,
Do we check syntax?
yeah, how's Ray doing, by the way?
Doing good. Now after purchase on, put a space.
Oh, yep.
Okay. Done. Save as new version, activate it.
Yep. And then let's see. Yep. Wow. Well, yeah.
Okay. That's all this one little flow does. A record trigger flow. It just works when you save, that's all. And then changes the opportunity to purchases on the date, that's all. You know.
Uh, okay. No, this is something good to know, Lou.
Yeah. I mean, normally you'd want the account name, purchases on blah blah, that kind of thing. But you kind of get what's going on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe record trigger flows is a little bit more difficult than the screen flows because you can't really see it that, as fast as you can with a screen flow.
Right.
But they may not give you just a screen flow, and it might not even be a simple screen flow. It might be a record trigger flow. If they're
Yeah.
going to give you a flow, I don't know if they will or not. So we'll see. Hopefully they won't. Maybe they'll just give you some simple stuff to do.
Hopefully. Create a user.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they'll give you create a user account. They might ask you to do some like create some sort of record type with a page layout. Maybe something like that. But Jermaine is under the impression they might give you flows. Mhm.
Maybe they might ask you. I mean, I don't think things will be simple like when I did it because they just asked me to explain the scenario.
That's it.
Yeah, rather than actually log on the computer and show them how to do certain things.
Yeah, but they told her it's going to be hands-on,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
which
happened to
me,
me once. Happened to me once with a developer interview. They're like, oh yeah, so yeah, here's what you need to like. They really like my personality, but then when they
Mhm.
ask me about stuff and they're like, yeah, you need to write this Apex class code, and I was like, whoa.
What
Mhm.
were you staring the screen?
Yeah, I was like, I think we should end this interview.
You did that?
No, I was, just like, I did not get that,
See,
obviously.
that's where, you what you should have did was just turn off your computer and leave.
Yeah. And run. That's
Exactly.
what I would do.
Yeah. Ah, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Maybe they'll give you some time for a second interview and you could practice doing some of these things.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
hope so.
Hmm. So, well, we'll figure out something. I don't know what you want to study in between, it's right now it's going to be all a guess at what they're going to give you.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
in between now I'll just practice about record type, page layout, profile, and good level security, things like that.
So if they ask you to create a new profile, do you know how to do that?
Oh yeah, I know how to do that.
Okay, and do you know how to work out the roles and all that?
Yeah, but I'm gonna need to practice that.
Hmm. Okay, and you already know how to create an app and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay, then I guess it's all about practicing.
yeah,
Yeah, so let's see what they do. Hopefully it won't be that difficult.
yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Or maybe they could give you some hints of what they're actually going to ask you to do.
Yeah, I hope that
Hmm.
would be great.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's too bad you didn't have two people applying. Like if Jermaine was going to, so Jermaine never made it to the interview, right?
Oh, oh, made on the interview.
Yeah, because he said he didn't get to the interview, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think Jermaine made it to the interview, but they didn't follow up back.
Oh, they didn't give him the technical, you're saying. Hmm. Oh, okay. So they didn't give him a hands-on.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it might be the same job. They're just not. I mean, this would be terrible, but maybe it's a repost. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like put it on one month, they take it down, and they put it again next month, not expecting to actually hire someone. But did they sound like they wanted to hire someone when you were talking to them happening?
Yeah, I didn't even see them posting a job. It was through a recruiter.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
Makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah. So all right, guys. I think
Thank you, Lou.
yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Hmm. Hey Jeff, I'm gonna give you a quick call. I wanna just talk to you about what Canada's doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. That sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
Okay,
All
good
right.
night. Gemini
Bye.
sleeping. Bye.
Okay,
Yeah.
later.
Oh, Gemini
Okay.
said. Okay.
Yeah, Jermaine
Yeah.
just woke up.
Okay,
But
bye.
All right, bye for now.